I know your name, I know you great.
Hello, beautiful people. Hello, shalom, bonjour, hola, aloha, salem. What else can I say? Mbote, I got it. I got it. How many languages was that? I don't even know. But hello, beautiful people. My name is Tshilanda Débora, and welcome to All Things Unraveled with Tshilanda Débora, your host, which is me. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm in a good mood. I'm excited to be here and present this little project, this project to you all. I'm gonna try to make this video as brief and informative as possible. I intend to do that because I do want to focus on the important things that need to be said in order to kind of introduce this concept and this project to you guys. Because knowing me, child, we can sit here till tomorrow and I'm gonna be talking about this project. Like, I could go on for hours and hours and hours and hours and days because I talk a lot. But that is not what you clicked on this video for, okay? We are here for something specific. So this video is actually the pilot of my podcast. So like the first episode, but not really the first episode. It's like more of like an introduction. Can you say that? Because I know that pilot is what they'll use in series and all that stuff. But can you use that when talking about a podcast? Like, this is a pilot episode? Is that even how you... Anywho, in this video, like I mentioned a couple times already, I am going to let you guys in on what this is, why I decided to get into podcasting, if it's even a word, and what's coming, what to expect from me, what to expect on here, and what this podcast will entail short term and long term, God willing. So, you know, everyone who started a podcast has had a reason behind that project, a little story that pushed them in that direction, that led them to this space, right? And for me, honestly, knowing me, knowing where I come from, knowing what I've been through, and knowing where I'm headed, I truly believe that I can use my experience and my learnings and my knowledge, the knowledge that I've acquired over the years and that is to come as well, to educate people on a little bit of everything that I am qualified to speak on, of course, and to help people to get through situations and problems I've already experienced and I've already conquered. And you know, I'm pretty sure, like 90% sure, that there will be some topics that I will come in here and speak about and that I will probably still be struggling with. You know, it's not because I come on here and introduce a subject to you guys that it's like I've dealt with it, I'm over it, I'm past it, I don't, no. That's just to say that I'm not coming on here because I'm perfect and because I have overcome every single situation that I was in, and then now I don't deal with those things anymore. It's more that I've learned a lot from them, and those situations and experiences have helped me mature and have put me in this position where I am more aware and more comfortable to really just speak on those situations with the goal to bring awareness on some of those topics and to educate and to help people who are going down the same path or who are dealing with the same things I used to deal with, or, you know, in that realm, pretty much. I feel like it happens frequently for most of us when there's something that we struggle with. We'll find ourselves watching this video on that one specific topic, and that's good. It's good for awareness, but the thing is, there's different levels to those videos, right? I feel like there's videos that'll be put out on those topics that will be there to just create awareness. There are some that will be there to create conversations, and there are some that will be there to educate you, and those are the ones that you want to lean towards, and that is what I'm going to focus on, right? So this podcast will literally be done in this way. As you see it, this is going to be a visual podcast, so you will get both the good audio quality and the the videos with the hand gestures that we love so much, right? Sometimes I'll be looking back at my videos and I'll be asking myself, like, why is it that you have to, and see, I'm doing it again. It's just a thing with me. That's just how I speak. Can you imagine me presenting something in front of the class? Like, I have to force myself so hard not to just my way out of things. That's what I be doing most of the time. Like, even when I have conversations with people, sometimes I don't have the words to finish my sentences, but I'll use my hands and I just be expecting people to understand what I mean. With my hand gestures. That's actually funny. But yeah, you will get lots of these and all that good stuff on here on YouTube only. This will be the only platform that I'll be using for this to upload my videos for now. I do have an Instagram page for All Things Unraveled. You can find me at All Things Unraveled on Instagram. You can see it right here, and there's also a link in my page, I believe. Yeah, I did think about uploading my videos on other streaming platforms such as Spotify, SoundCloud, and all that good stuff, but I don't know. It's just, well, I do know it's not really a priority for me at the moment. Doing that would require much more time from me, which I don't necessarily have at the moment. And honestly, I would like to focus on this platform. I would like to focus on YouTube just because I'm quite comfortable with this, right? I watch podcasts myself, and whenever I watch them, I always prefer when I can see them. Like, I always prefer watching it on YouTube than on other streaming platforms. I don't know, maybe it's just me, because I do like the visual side of it. I feel like it just adds a plus to it. You know, it's like I get to tune in and hear what it is that you're saying, and I get to see you, your hand gestures and all that stuff. I kind of like that. I like watching people like express themselves fully, not just hearing it. But why did I close my eyes? Not just hearing it, but seeing it as well as it's happening. When the time comes, though, I would love to have my episodes displayed on those streaming platforms, just because I want everyone to be able to tune in and listen to my podcast whenever they want to do it, like whenever it's convenient for them to do so and wherever they want to. Because to listen to this version of the podcast, the visual one, you do need internet. It's always cool to be able to tune into conversations without necessarily having to use internet. Maybe you're on the bus and you want to listen to a podcast instead of listening to music. So I want to be able to give that option, but when the time comes, you know? But until then, this is how it's going to be. So what is it that this podcast will entail? What is it that you're going to speak on this podcast? I kind of already gave it away just a little bit in your introduction, just by letting you guys know what were my intentions behind this podcast. Okay, so over here at All Things Unraveled, look at this jeu de mots. How do you say that in English? Game word? Anyways, pay attention to what I did with the words, please. I think I did a pretty good job with that. But we are going to unravel the untold truths standing behind the stigmas, the doctrines, and the beliefs shaping our reality. Just by this statement, you know this is going to be a place where we'll speak about lots of things, right? Because there's so many things that shape our reality. Oh, baby, there are so many things. And realities, I feel like they differ for everyone, right? Because we all have different ways to see things, different ways. We were all brought up to see things in different ways, and we all have different beliefs. And this is one of the reasons why I really think this is going to be interesting. And what I mean by the untold truths, you guys, is literally the truth that hurts, the truth that you hear from the people around you, from your loved ones, but don't acknowledge, the truth in the word that we read often, but don't bother to understand. So each week will have its own topic and we'll unravel each one of them together. Most of the time I'll be by myself, and who knows, maybe I'll be with other people too. Maybe I'll have some special guest here and there. Who knows? Maybe. That'd be pretty nice though if I did invite other people on this platform to let y'all in on their perspective, so they can speak their truth, so they can give their opinions, and so you can literally see on live how people's realities differ, how people's opinions differ, and why, what makes it different. And yeah, but yeah, that's an aspect of the podcast that you will see pretty soon, God willing, if it does happen. Okay, I feel like the way I'm just going off about this podcast, about this project, makes it seem like I am confident in myself to the T. Okay? But like, that's not the case. Well, not completely. Like, I am confident in this project, not myself. I'm confident in this project because I rely on God to guide me through this. So it's like, I don't have any major worries that would make me question my abilities to run this podcast, or that could affect the confidence I have in this project, if you understand what I mean. But guys, I had so many apprehensions, negative ones, child. I had lots of apprehensions and just little fears coming into this space. When God first gave me this idea about this podcast, I was like, ooh, okay. I was ready from the jump to do this, even though I wasn't even prepared at all. But until I started hearing a lot of comments around me, and that's crazy. It was really like in my inner circle. I would just hear random conversations of people talking about podcasts and how it was like becoming the new thing, or how they thought it was becoming the new thing. And that kind of scared me because I was like, I'm going into a space that's literally field of people who've been in the field and of people who, are going into it at the same time as me. Well, kind of, I was not concerned about me not succeeding because there were already a lot of people in the industry, but I was more concerned about people not wanting to tune in because of the repetition. Since I heard that a lot of people were starting to get more involved in and more interested in podcasting, I did not want to be like another addition to the movement. Remember, it's just like when the pandemic hit, I think it was just 2 years ago, I think it's 2 years ago. When the pandemic first hit and we were on lockdown, everybody and their sisters and their cousins and their brothers and their uncles started getting into YouTube. It was like all of a sudden everyone got into YouTube and started making videos. So it was kind of like a movement. It kind of was the thing at the time when the pandemic hit and we were all forced to be home and do nothing. Yeah, it was kind of cool for everybody to experience that. That's how I felt. Like, I just felt like this was a deja vu, and that's what's not scared me but made me not want to get into it as much, because I was like, I'm just going to be following what's happening. I'm just going to follow the movement and just be an addition to it. And I didn't want that. Like, I knew there was some substance to what I was going to bring on this space, but I was like, child, do I really want to go through that? It might not seem that deep to some of y'all, but it really was for me, because I hate doing that. I hate just like following what everybody is doing, not because I'm prideful or nothing, just because I find it annoying. Like, when someone first gets into something, it's okay for everyone to experience it. If it seems cool, then by all means, go ahead and try it out. But since we live in a generation where like everything is recorded and we're always on social media and you literally see everything happening, and while it's happening, it can get kind of annoying to see everybody and their cousins and their mamas and their sisters doing the same thing all over and over again, just getting into the same space, because that's all you see and you just feel like there's no diversity whatsoever. But there is. But anywho, that's just what was going through my mind, okay? But the reality of it is, I just wrapped my head around this, okay? No matter what industry, no matter what space, okay, you decide to get into, let me tell you, there will be lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of people who have been there before you, who have done what it is that you're trying to do and who have succeeded. There will be lots and lots and lots of people going into the same industry at the same time as you, trying to go into the same niche, trying to cater to the same audience. And I hope this is not too shocking for you, but there will be lots and lots and loads of people who will come after you and decide that they want to get into the same industry, maybe in the same niche as you again, maybe cater to the same audience again. It's like, it's a continuous thing. It's just a cycle in life, because I feel like it's not rare, okay, for us to shame other people for following what it is that's trending, or to get into industries that are overcrowded to some extent. But the reality of it is, y'all, there's only so much that we can do on this earth, okay? Like, there's only so many industries you can get into. And this is not to say that we're limited, but we low-key are. If you think about it, we low-key are, because we are human beings living on the planet Earth, in case, you didn't know, in case this is news to you, but we are exposed to pretty much like the same things. So it's not surprising that I want to be a cook and the next person and my neighbors 3 blocks ahead wants to be a cook. And, it's just, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. There will always be space for all of us, I think, because I know that when God puts something down your heart, he will guide you through it. Like, why would he put something in your heart and actually lead and actually make you start a project if there's literally no space for you to succeed in that industry? Like, 2 + 2 is 4. And I think that's logical as well. Like, he would not put you in an environment where there's no space for you to grow. So yeah, I really held on to this way of thinking to navigate through these negative apprehensions I had of this whole podcast thing, because it's really not about other people. At the end of the day, it's really not about other people in the industry. It's really about the value you're adding in that industry. Everyone, we're all there in this industry. We're all there to do our part. And if you're placed there, it's because you have a part to do. So yeah, it's really not about the people around you. You really got to focus on what it is that you're there to do and who you're there to cater to, and focus on that and go with that. So that was my way of thinking, and that's what helped me kind of get away from that mentality I had of, oh, this is a crowded space and I might not be well received and all that stuff. No, this is what All Things Unraveled is about and will be about, you guys. I'm very excited to begin this new journey and to have you on board with me if you're willing to, and to share this experience with me, to go through this experience with me. This brings us to the end of today's episode. So on this note, I will see you all beautiful people next week for a brand new episode of All Things Unraveled.
I know your name, I know you great. Yeah.